What did they need these cages for? I'm just hopeful that whatever was in here is no longer lingering somewhere on the property as we're exploring it. I can't imagine you would put up fences like this for house cats. Can you guys hear that? Oh, shit. Holy crap. We're out at a new flip property that I just picked up, and I've been locked out of my own property. So I have some bolt cutters and I have a sledgehammer because there is a lockbox on the door. We're gonna bust that lockbox open, get inside here, tour you through the house so you can see what we're dealing with. Some of you may be wondering like how I got locked out of my own property. Anytime you're dealing with a house that is in pre-foreclosure, the closer it gets to the actual auction date itself, which this one had an auction date right around the corner, the bank will oftentimes send a asset preservation company out to check on the home. And if the house is vacant, they'll secure the property. And I think that's what happened here because this property was or is vacant right before we closed on it. They must have sent one of these asset preservation companies out. They swapped the locks on us, not knowing that we're lined up to purchase it like the next day, basically. So long story short, I was given keys at closing and they don't work. So we're gonna bust in now. That's why we carry the handy dandies in the truck, folks. Sometimes this takes a moment. No, sometimes not. There we go. Just one good one's all we need. And there it was. Now that we have our keys, let's go check this place out. There are 2 outbuildings on this property. So before we head inside, I do want to show you the exterior structures. So let's go take a look at those now. All right, keys are working. So here is the first of 2 outbuildings. This is a really nice building in here. Pretty big too. I would say we're probably 60 deep, maybe 40 wide. No power, but all in all, this is an amazing shop. And again, there's another one on the property we're gonna go check out now, but something like this is a huge value add for the end sales price of the property, which is why one of the main reasons I'm super excited about this deal. So before buying this place, the only way I could get a look at this was actually looking at the old listing photos when it had sold. It was probably like 10 years ago or so, and the photos were still online. When I was looking inside of this shop on the previous listing photos, they had some sort of like cages in here. I don't know if it was like dog kennels or if they had like what kind of animals that they were housing in here or raising or whatever. But the reason I bring that up is I'm looking in this back corner of the shop here. There's obviously a door to the exterior, but there's some sort of cage back here in the corner that I want to go back and explore here with you guys. This is kind of crazy. It's obviously been taken over by briars, but there's like probably a 30-foot run completely caged in, basically. We got walls and a ceiling all caged in, and there's 4 different runs back here is what I'm seeing. I'm not thinking it's dogs because you wouldn't need a roof on the kennel. So I don't know what the heck they were housing or raising in here. These sidewalls right here are probably 8 feet tall. I'm just hopeful that whatever was in here is no longer lingering somewhere on the property as we're exploring it. I don't know, guys, that's a head scratcher. Hit me in the comments with what you think the previous owners were doing in here. What did they need these cages for? What kind of animals were they maybe raising in here? It's a little bizarre, but hit me in the comments, let me know what you think. But all in all, this is an amazing shop. Concrete floor, fully sheetrocked out. This is a phenomenal building. Adds a ton of value, so very excited about this. Okay, let's go make our way down to the other outbuilding and take a look at what we have going on in there. They left a lot of stuff behind. We have ourselves Husqvarna lawnmower. This thing's actually in decent shape. I'm thinking that's a Craigslist special right there, 500 bucks. Fertilizer spreader. Everyone needs one. So we're heading down to the second shop that we had on the property. This is why I love this property so much. This is a man's paradise out here. So we have this second shop here we're gonna get into right now. Can you guys hear that? Holy shit, it sounds like the water's leaking or something in there. Oh God, fumbling with these damn keys. Oh shit, holy crap. Oh my gosh, guys, what a nightmare. Sorry, I had to attend to a bit of a disaster. As soon as I came through that door, there's water gushing from the ceiling. Whoop, right there. It's So I had to disregard the camera and basically just try to get this shut off. It doesn't look like it's been going for too long, but the floor is pretty soaked, as you can see, and we got ourselves a broken pipe up here. Anyway, I was able to scramble and get this turned off. Thankfully, the well house itself is actually located right here in the shop. A lot of times on acreage properties, these things are on the other side of the property, so it could have taken me a lot longer to get this shut off. But anyway, I got the doors opened up now. We'll get this place dried out. Never a dull moment. I don't think there's gonna be too much damage other than just repairing that sheetrock up there. All in all, this should dry out okay. I hope, at least. Well, that was fun. Hopefully, that's the last of our adventures on this house tour. Now let's head inside, see what we're working with on the interior. Moment of truth, we're going in. All right. Not too shabby. It's actually pretty cool in here. I mean, we just walked in the front door, but I do like this living room and all the tongue and groove cedar they have in here. So obviously an older look. This property was built in the 70s, which is why you see this exposed beams and the tongue and groove cedar. I just love that look personally, and I think that's something that we will want to save once we renovate this property. So we have record of this being a 4-bed, 3-bath house, roughly 3,000 square feet, and we are on 5 acres of land, which is awesome. It's beautiful acreage. We'll walk some of it here together, but first and foremost, let's see what we're dealing with in the house itself and see how much money we're gonna have to put into the renovations. Sorry for the lack of lighting. There's no power on. All the cabinet doors are open. The only thing I can think of is that maybe that was from the asset preservation company coming in and like trying to open stuff up, I guess. I don't really know. Anyway, so here in the kitchen, guys, what I am seeing is there's some beautiful casework in this kitchen. From what I can see, again, we're dealing with limited lighting here. I mean, there's a little bit of area down here that we're gonna need to clean up on some of these lower cabinets. All in all, it's in pretty good shape. So I am hoping that we can put minimal dollars into this kitchen and save most of this. That would be a big win. Flooring, so far what I'm noticing as I'm walking through, it's just old, dated flooring. I think they had some animals in here. Not sure which kind. We haven't determined that yet. Definitely gonna need to do new flooring. Anytime I go into a property for the first time, I always try to just I compare what I think it was, meaning square footage, beds, bath. That's what I mentioned to you earlier, 3,000 square feet. That's what I think this property is going in. And then I like to obviously tour it and figure out if the data sources that I used were actually correct. So we got a 3/4 bath on the main. All this blue tape you're seeing here, that's exactly what that is. That's from the asset preservation company. Oh, this is kind of interesting. We have ourselves laundry with a room after the laundry room. Oh, well, this is kind of cool. It's like a little hidden office. Kind of weird, you got to go through the laundry to get to it, but you got yourselves a bookshelf, kind of a little hearth over there where you could put a little wood stove or something. I don't know, it's kind of neat. So far on the main floor, looks like we have most of the living quarters, kitchen, like we mentioned, we got the dining room, we've got the living room with vaulted ceiling, etc. And then we got kind of that cool little hidden den there off the laundry. Let's head on upstairs in hope that we got 4 bedrooms up here, basically that the stats we bought it off of were correct. As we make it upstairs, I'm heading into bedroom number 1. No power still, obviously. Bedroom number 1, which looks like it might be the master. We got have a big master bath. Oh, score, check this out. We got ourselves a sauna. That's awesome. This is news to me. Love a good sauna. Sauna, cold plunge, 2 wonderful things. So one thing I don't like about this bathroom is this sink area, the vanity. We have a single vanity and it happens to be this pedestal sink, which is just, it's goofy. And we have an awkwardly large shower. The etched glass is actually kind of cool for the right buyer. I don't know if most people are gonna dig that or not, but what we'll wanna do is decide if we wanna reconfigure this space, because we have a ton of room in this master bathroom to basically do whatever the heck we want to do in here. If that was make a smaller shower and incorporate some sort of freestanding tub with also like a double vanity here, there's plenty of room to do that. We'll just need to decide if that's dollars well spent or not. This house is full of surprises. Here's our master bedroom closet. Pretty weird, but massive. I've never seen anything like this. This is crazy. I'm not saying I like it, but it's kind of cool. So that's the master bedroom. I do love these ceilings. Checking out the other bedrooms. And it does look like there are 4 bedrooms up here, so that's great. We got bedroom number 2, standard size. We've got bedroom number 3, also a standard size bedroom, which is good. One thing I couldn't tell from the outside was if the roof was good or not. And even from up here, like we're looking right on the roof, it's hard to tell. There's just so much like debris from all these trees. So fingers crossed that we don't have to replace the roof on this house, but we won't know until we clean off all the debris, and it'd be an expensive roof, especially with all those outbuildings. Bedroom number 4, also just a standard sized bedroom. Nothing too exciting here, all standard stuff. Okay. We have some work to do in this bathroom that I'm about to show you. So here's our upstairs bathroom that services all 3 of these bedrooms, and all there is a bathtub. We'll want to tear this out and obviously turn it into a tub shower combo. Taking baths as your primary way to clean yourself is pretty inefficient. So we'll want to put in a shower there as well as a tub. I do, however, like this bathroom. It's got pretty sweet vaulted ceilings with a skylight. House has got some cool charm to it. And we've got ourselves a corner vanity here. Maybe we have enough room to put in a double vanity there, which would be a big win, especially when you're servicing 3 bedrooms. That's basically it for the interior of this place. We got our 4 bedrooms. We've got our 3 bathrooms. We're gonna go over numbers here in just a sec, but before we do, let's go outside and check out the back acreage here. Look at this. This is God's country out here, folks. Absolutely beautiful. We got some work to do though. There's a lot of overgrown debris. Our property goes way back there, even beyond all those fir trees. Lots of cleanup, lots of things to do. That's odd. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but as I'm looking around to all these trees, they're wrapped in they have like a metal wrapping 10 feet up on them. Okay, check this out too. This is bizarre. I'm wondering if we figured out our animal mystery here, folks. Check out this fencing that they have around here. We have 7-foot cyclone fence with an overhang where it actually comes out to keep what looks like an animal from escaping. On top of this fencing that we're dealing with here, we have all these trees wrapped. The only thing I can think of that's coming to mind right now that climbs trees like that are cats. I can't imagine you would put up fences like this for house cats. I feel like maybe a bigger cat, maybe they're raising, I don't know what they were raising, but I know I don't like cats, especially big ones. Look at that. That's crazy. Look at, they've got walking poles up in these trees. It's like a little kiddie playground. Guys, hit me in the comments. Tell me, do you think that's right? What were they raising in here, guys? Do you think they were raising bobcats? Were they raising cougars, mountain lions, oversized house cats? What do you think? I haven't seen that before. That's the first time I've ever seen anything like this. I can tell you that much. That pretty much wraps up this property. This was a bit of a wild experience so far today. All in all, I'm super excited about this property. I do think it's gonna be a good one for us. It'll be cool to just watch this property transform, get the land cleaned up, and obviously the house updated as well. But so this is what the numbers look like on this deal. So we bought this house for $740,000. It's a chunkier flip than we're usually doing. It's definitely not the median price point. It's a higher price point. So 740 is our buy price. We're hoping with all the repairs here, we can be less than 100,000. If we hit 100,000, that'd be fine, but less would obviously be better. So if we can stick to around 100,000, we'd be all in obviously at 840. And what we're hoping for on the back end is right around a 7-figure exit. So if we could sell it for $1 million, that'd be great. Obviously we make a big profit. If we sell for 950, we do okay. It's kind of unknown. Once you get to these higher price point ones, it's a lot wider of a range where something's gonna sell for than if you're just flipping a cookie cutter house in the city. It's much easier to peg exactly where it's gonna sell for. That's why I'm giving you a bit of a range there. You're gonna wanna follow along on this project because it's gonna be a really cool one. We'll see you on the next video. Subscribe and we'll see you.